Hey guys, today we are going to be making a rabbit or hare, however you want to call it. I honestly am not really sure what the difference between those two are. I know there's something, but that's what we're up to today. So, vertical is going to be the way you want your paper. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come and make his head. So, I'm going to start with his little nose right here, just a little triangle. Now, from that little triangle, I'm going to come up and back just a little bit. Now, I'm going to come and curve down and then the other way, down. So right now it almost looks like a cat mouth. However, we're going to come above this. We're going to make a slight dip. It's really slight. And then from here, we're going to curve out and down to meet that. Out and down to meet that. Okay, now let's talk about ears. We're going to come up from here and up from here. Okay, I'm going to set kind of a height where I think my ears would be. And then if they folded in half, they'd be there. So I'm going to make almost like a flower petal shape. Up and out and back in. Down and back in. Okay. Now for this one, I think I am going to let it flop a little bit. Up and out. And then this side would come down and in. So up and out. Down and in. So there are his ear insides. The little soft parts of it. Now I'm going to bring his eyes out to the side because rabbits' eyes really are further out to the side than we realize when we're working on them. Okay. Seeing this, I think I'm going to enlarge his nose just a little bit to make him a little bit more proportional. Okay. 3 spots on his cheek. And then some whiskers. Okay. Now I'm just going to come right from the bottom of this one and just give him a little bump. But I'm not going to finish it out. Okay. Now from here, I'm going to use the side of his head. And I'm going to come down. Then I will come down from the other side. Okay, we're going to make his arms crossing like they were in front of him. So I'm going to come in and down. Then I'll give it some thickness, following that same line. Okay, there's the first arm. The second arm comes in and goes behind there. So we're going to make that thickness again, in, and then let that go behind there. All right. Now, the bottom part of his body is turned from us. So we have this part coming, and then a little bit inside from his elbow. We're going to come and round down and over. He almost looks like he's doing some sort of yoga pose right now, which is kind of cool. It'd be cool to see a rabbit do yoga. And we're going to come make his knee. So you see where his knee's coming behind. 1. And then we're going to come out for that foot. Big hoppy foot. Now, of course, I'm not going to let the knee show through the arms. But that's just there to help you remember, like, oh, this is a continuous line. And then I'm going to have another knee come and equal up. So remember, it's going to start behind because it's the leg that's behind. Oh, and it wouldn't actually show right there because that's his belly. All right, so we have his knee coming up. It hits his arm. And then we have that foot that's overlapping. And you'll notice it's a little bit up from this one. Now he does need a little tail, a little cottontail. And I'm going to make it kind of like fluffy but messy. All right. Now, one way you can down the creepiness factor here is if you don't make the eyes as big. So I do think I will get them just a little bit smaller as I work. Okay, come around on those cheeks. And then when I come up here, I am going to go to the ears. Like I'm going to have them attached so they're not making a big separation in the head. That way it doesn't feel like I added on. Instead, it feels like how it's supposed to be. And just so you can see what I mean about the eyes. See how having them smaller just changes it? It doesn't feel as like out of place or strange. I'm going to wait to make these parts with the thin Sharpie. Then I'm going to do his arms. One arm. Two arms. Okay. Now we're going to have this knee bending back and coming through the picture. Up his back. And then this one coming through and sitting behind. All right, let's get the tail. Very good. And our thin details. So our whiskers. Then we're going to have the little clefts for our toes. And my ear insides. Mm-hmm. There we go. You have yourself a rabbit or hare, whatever you want to decide it is. Or, hey, you might go look it up and find out. I'm going to give him his little cleft right here, too. All right, guys. We will see y'all later.